in my opinion, martial arts was created to control the ego, the human ego. The reason why we do so many bad things in this world, right? So we created a practice to tame the monkey mind. I think like every other martial artist, I started watching martial arts movies, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. Everybody knows those movies, and this is basically what got me interested in practicing martial arts. I started with traditional Chinese martial arts such as Shaolin Kung Fu, and then later I was introduced to Beijing Opera. And I studied Beijing Opera for a few years, and then I continued with competition wushu. Through the martial arts, I got in touch with the spiritual side and philosophical, cultural, traditional side of myself, which is very important. But only later in life you realize how important that aspect of the martial arts really is, besides the physical movement. I was born in East Germany, so I was introduced to the Chinese culture through television back then. And I don't know, it just got me hooked, and I got more and more interested, and then I had the desire to go to China, and once I was there, of course, the interest even grew bigger. Yeah, I learned a lot from being in China, being around Chinese people. Even when I'm not in China, I usually have a lot of Chinese friends around me. And I really like the Chinese way of living, because over there they really try to integrate all the aspects into their daily life. So what we think of an exotic kind of thing with martial arts is a very normal thing in China. And yeah, you can see it everywhere. You go to the parks in China, and you see people practicing Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Qigong, everything. And this is just like, it's just so good to see that people take care of their bodies, and not just out of a hobby, but they see the necessity in practicing martial arts because they can enhance their lives. When I first started out with martial arts, I wanted to learn it because I wanted to fight. So, and I think for many people, it's the same reason, right? You want to be able to defend yourself, and even your parents might suggest that you pick up martial arts because of the same reason. But over the years, you learn that martial arts is not about fighting. And there are a lot of levels of learning in the martial arts. In the beginning, everybody wants to fight, and even you can see a lot of people, martial artists, who in their old age still want to fight. They're still looking for confrontation, which is not the goal. The goal is not to fight, right? So yeah, I hope that this story can also reintroduce the true meaning of martial arts, which is to cultivate yourself, to try to avoid fighting. The question is, how can, people who practice martial arts get the way? How can they find a way to learn quicker the true essence of martial arts? Because it doesn't help if we fight for 20 years and do so much harm, just to realize afterwards, okay, it wasn't necessary. So we have to, teach the true meaning of it, so people can really understand what it's all about. So, well, this role is very different from myself. I'm playing a billionaire, a greedy, evil billionaire who is after the secret of immortality, and he will do everything that he can to get this secret into his control. And yeah, It's a very challenging role because, as I said, it's very different from who I am in real life. I try not to be anything that this guy is, so it's very exciting.